Hello and welcome to this week's BMB Game of the Week. I'm Jake Mantle alongside Kyle McQuillan. We have the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers on one end and the Herricks Highlanders on the other. So, Kyle, tell me a little bit about the story of the game. What should we expect?
Well, Jake, these Bellmore-Merrick Chargers are coming out of 3 out of the last 4 games being blowout wins, all part of their all-star defense. This defense is not only one of the best teams in the conference, but also one of the best teams in the county.
I mean, definitely, and they have a lot of star power on both sides of the ball. But let's talk a little bit about that defense. You have Gabby Saraceni coming off the edge as a cornerback. She's been phenomenal, especially in the coverage game, but she's shown sparks a lot in the pass rush game, and that's a huge thing that you kind of have to make reference to. But also, they have one of, or if not the best safety in all of Nassau. So what do you kind of expect from this Chargers defense if they're going to want to pull out with a win?
Hey, Jake, this Chargers team, their defense is fast, especially that secondary in the backfield. All of them are fast. They're ready to pick the ball off at all times, and especially to make clutch tackles along the sidelines.
I mean, definitely, and not to mention, Herricks has to really get the ball moving. But as we get ready for game time, we're going to send it down to the field.
Thank you very much for the introduction. For those of you that are joining us, I'm Tyler Steinberg alongside my partner, Jared Broxmeyer, and what is going to be a phenomenal game here today. We have your Bellmore-Merrick Central High School District Chargers going up against the Herrick Highlanders. Jared?
Yeah, as right there you just saw a good jet sweep there run by the Highlanders, and they were able to get a couple yards out of it.
So a quick backstory here, right? You have these Chargers who obviously have the reputation. They've had some very successful years coming into this game, a 2-2 conference record, overall 6-3. These Herrick Highlanders a little bit new to the flag football game. Of course, this is their first year as a team, and they're not doing terrible, right? They're getting these learning experiences as they grow. So their goal right now is to try to find a mesh, find that rhythm coming into this game with a 1-5 conference record. I'm very excited. I don't know about you, as we are underway. So we're going to have 2nd and 10 here, as it's going to be Herricks trying to find an opportunity. As that is going to be a handoff and a nice flag pull there. So these Chargers defense, very strong. They're very fast. It's one of the strong points of this team. Between that and the run game, you're going to see those two things talked about a lot. As nonetheless, the Chargers, they have a reputation, right? You know, coming to this team, they're that beat-down, bruise-you team, right? Obviously, it's flag football, but in the end of the day, this Chargers team, they have a reputation. They must live up to it.
Yeah, as it's already a big 3rd down and 10 here for the Highlanders, as they're going to need at least a couple to maybe get in a manageable range if they're thinking about going for it. And they take the snap here and fake the jet sweep. And a good throw there in the double coverage, as the Highlanders are going to get a huge gain there. Just a perfect throw there right to Aisha Azakui for a huge gain and a big first down.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, right? You know this team, they have to get it done through the air. They don't have the best ground game, right? So you getting it done in the air, especially with the wind, as you see a nice job stepping into that throw, a good completion, but nonetheless, expect these Herrick Highlanders to possibly get some big plays going, right? That's what you're going to need to be able to upset this team. So as we see here, a new set of downs here for Herricks, as they will try to get ready here. As you see, Herricks getting ready. They're lining up.
Yeah, let's see if they're going to be able to keep their momentum after that big play there.
So it's going to be the drop back and a nice run here, as it's going to be a few extra yards. So nonetheless, not the worst first down play, right? The goal is to get some chunk yardage, right? Get some yards, try to set yourself up for 2nd and easy, 2nd and doable. That's what that's going to do right there. So we see 2nd down now and 10. I'm curious to see what they do with this play call, considering the fact that Herricks, their strong suit is through the air, right? You're going to see them pass the ball a lot. You're going to see them utilize some of these playmakers. But nonetheless, I'm curious to see what the approach is here.
Yeah, but after that gain there on that first down on that QB1, anything is possible as they run the ball up the middle, and that is going to be a huge gain there.
Yeah, Ledwith with a nice job there, Just it's as simple, right? You see these flag teams now. It's very much a college type of an offense, right? A lot of these motions, these pre-snap motions, jet sweeps, kicks, all those type of stuff, even some tosses here and there. So expect to see that, especially with some fast screens. The goal right now is to just get that ball out fast.
Yeah, as you've seen already from the Highlanders, they're running 2 separate games. They got that big conversion on 3rd down and 10, and they got a big first down out of it. And then you see them running and getting the run game going with the quarterback and also the running back.
Yeah, so Lorenzana, the quarterback. 3rd down now. See the pre-snap motion. She steps up into the pocket, and a good throw there, but dropped. The intended receiver, Ezra Okui, but nonetheless, the right mindset there. Now you have 4th down. Big decision here.
As it looks like they are going to go for it. They're calling a game plan, but that could always change.
So we see Coach Davis trying to be aggressive. An opportunity here for Herricks, knocking on the door. 4th down, a pre-snap jet. Says hiking, it's going to be a kick screen and a nice flag pull. So a good job there by the Chargers on 4th down to say no.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Gabby Saracini. Just getting that. They tried to run a screen pass and the Highlanders tried to use their speed against the Chargers, but the Chargers were just quick enough to get there and not be able to get that many yards after catch.
So we see here now a change of possessions. So the Chargers now are going to get a crack at it, right? And we all talk about the superstar that they have, Ava West. She's very talented, very versatile, especially at that running back position. And believe it or not, considering we are halfway through the season, she is roughly 130 yards away from cracking that 1,000-yard mark.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Only 9 games in. Still plenty of season left to go, and her almost at 1,000 yards is pretty crazy.
So we see here now, this Chargers offense going to get a crack at it. And just like we said, Ava West going to start the game off hot.
Yeah, she's able to weave through defenders and get a nice gain there on 1st down.
Yeah, so you're going to hear her name a lot today. I promise you that. They're going to try to go to her a lot. That run game, especially in flag football, a little harder to establish, considering the fact that the blocking scheme is very different. In flag football, you can't necessarily put your hands on the other player. It has to be a basketball pick style, as you saw there, that 1st down play.
As they tried to get it to West again, but the Highlanders were just one step ahead, as it's Alucino there with the nice flag.
So these Chargers now at that 50-yard line. Obviously the field shrinks a little bit here for flag, but nonetheless, you see the Chargers, they're going to go back to the old reliable, right? Obviously you have Ava West. You have some very talented receivers in all the 3 positions, right? And their speed. They have that speed. So I'm curious to see how they use it. It's going to be 1st down. Ava West with the carry and a nice flag pull. So either way, you can look at it, right, as that's a good flagpole considering that's Ava West out there. She is very fast. She's very talented. But, again, that's chunky yardage there. Hopefully they can build on it.
Yeah, as here you see Ava West. She's just dominating this game already and has been dominating this season throughout. Just weaving through the defenders and just playing great. And she's got 3 touchdowns, and she's just doing very good.
So you see here, the 2nd down play is going to be caught. Emily Nelson on the sideline. And a nice job getting some yardage. You saw a lot of white jerseys around her trying to get aggressive at the point, and they're able to get a good flagpole.
Yeah, but still a good game there by the Chargers. That was the first time you've seen them throw the ball. So right now they're really trying to get that dual threat. So you really can't just play heavy runner, heavy pass. As they, just before that, they ran 3-4 straight plays to Ava West, and they incorporated the pass game.
Yeah, Sancioli, one of the starting quarterback here for the Chargers. Very talented on the ground game, but expect her to use her arm a little bit as well today despite the wind, as West is going to be going, and a nice flagpole. But, again, you see that acceleration, that burst that she has on the side. Very talented.
Yeah, here's a replay of just that big Ava West run right there, as she did get enough, in fact, to get that 1st down. It will be 1st down for the Chargers as they keep creeping closer and closer to the end zone.
So now the first down play, getting near that end zone. Centroli with the nice screen pass, going to be caught, but an early flag pull. So good defense there by the Highlanders, stepping up, making a good play as Sarby with the flag.
Yeah, as it was a good play call there by the Chargers with those heavy runs by Ava West. They tried to get that pass game going, but the Highlanders just were able to stop it.
Yeah, the Highlanders, a team that has been very inconsistent. They've had some very big comeback wins, and then some other games that have not been so great. As West with a nice cut to the middle of the field, just going to the other side. Wait for the ref signal. She's in. Touchdown. And that's your first score of the game.
Yeah, just fabulous job by Ava West, cutting across the field. She started on completely one sideline and made one cut across, and then saw a couple defenders, and then made that second cut and just turned it into a new high gear to get that 6 points.
Yeah, and for you folks at home, I apologize. You're going to hear Ava West's name a lot, and that right there is a perfect introduction to what she can do for this Chargers team.
Yeah, that's already her like 6th or 7th carry, and all of them have pretty much worked out.
So the conversion here, let's see if it's going to be good, and it is. So a nice job there by Sanchioli to sneak in, and just like that, the Chargers able to capitalize on their first possession.
Yeah, it's 7-0 Chargers as right there. They're really incorporating the run game, no matter who it is. It's West, and then also Sanchioli has, that's her second carry. Is that one is able to pick up the extra point. So right now, so far, the Chargers offense is clicking, and they were able to get the big defensive stop. And let's see how the Highlanders can bounce back from that.
Yeah, right. That's what it's about. You obviously weren't able to capitalize. You weren't able to score in your first possession. You let up a touchdown that next one. How do you bounce back? I'm curious to see what changes they make on offense.
Well, on that first drive, you did have that big conversion for like 15, 20 yards, and then you had another big play. So you did get the big plays. You just weren't able to get into the end zone.
So we see now Lorenziano with a pick. She tried finding the open man in the middle of the slot, but a nice job there. The interception, Emily Nelson. So making her presence felt early. She had the reception on the first time on offense, and then right there, the interception.
Yeah, as here's a replay of just Nelson being in the right place at the right time, able to catch that interception, and put the Chargers in a great field position to have a shot to go up 2 scores.
So Nelson there stepping up, as that's her first on the year, but a really good job. Read the play right. You got to watch the quarterback's eyes. Figure out where does she want to throw that ball. Nelson doing a good job stepping right in front of it. And just like that, your Chargers trying to go up 2 scores here.
As now with this lead already, they can afford to grind the ball into the ground with Ava West. Use the run game, kill the clock, take control of the game, slow it down, and play at their own pace with getting that first touchdown.
So the Chargers, another crack at it here. As the ref's going to blow the whistle, there's a flag on the play. As nonetheless, an opportunity here for the Chargers to try to pull away big.
Yeah, as it looks like that flag will be on the Chargers as they are moving backwards. So not the ideal start to the drive for the Chargers, but let's see if it harms them.
Yeah, puts them back a little bit, but nonetheless, with the talent that this Chargers team has, let's see how they use it as the ref. We have a quite small issue there with some offsides. But we are ready to go. First down, and it's going to be a high snap and a dead ball. So for those of you in flag that do not know the way that these fumbles work technically, and they're not really called fumbles, but if there is something like that, a bad snap, they will just mark it where the ball is, of course, landed right there, landing roughly on the 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's one of the differences in rules for between flag football and tackle football. Another one is also the extra points. Instead of kicking, you just go for it.
So we see here now the handoff and a good flag pull. So again, you're seeing this Herricks team multiple times. They're doing a good job stepping up. Sarby, that's her second flag pull of the day. But a good job there. Continuing to step up, stay in your zone, right? You want to make sure you stay home and just make sure that they're going to come to you. You step up, limit the extra yardage that they can get, and a good flag pull.
As the Chargers so far this drive, not an ideal start. They got the penalty, and then they got the snap over the head. So that brought them second down. Then they got that tackle at the line of scrimmage. So a very long third down here for the Chargers.
So you see now West in the backfield, Sanchioli looking at the playbook. Third down. West out to the left. She's going to fake the toss, and she's going to take it herself. A nice spin move, but she's not able to stay on her feet. So you like the mindset there, right? Obviously, you have to read the defender on that pitch, and just right there, not able to get any extra yardage.
Yeah, so a very long fourth down here, as it looks like the Pirates will bring out the kicking team.
So you see a nice opportunity there. They're doing a good job of making sure that they don't make any mistakes. Don't throw a pick, right? You got an opportunity, and now you're kind of playing that just yardage game, right? You're going to send Herricks back in their own zone. As you see there, the punt. But make Herricks go the full field. She's not going to be able to bring that one in, but the ball will be marked dead.
Yeah, that's another difference in rules from tackle and flag. In tackle football, if a player drops one like that, it will be a muffed one and still be a live ball for the other team to pick up. Instead, in flag, on that punt, if that ball is muffed by the kick returner, it will be blown dead, and you will get possession of the ball right where your players dropped it.
Yeah, definitely. So Leah Bono, the one there, not able to reel it in, but nonetheless, the Herricks now, they do a good job, right? You throw that interception, you got to find a way to bounce back. What better way to do it than with a defensive stop and try to put a score on the board here? So you see it's going to be a fake handoff. The throw to the left side is going to be incomplete. So you like the mindset there, trying to put the ball through the air, led with not able to reel it in, as that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, as the quarterback and the receiver right there are trying to get on the same page to try and spark something for the Highlanders, as they did get that big defensive stop, so they're still only down one score.
So we see Herricks now trying to get something started here as they line up. Herricks. An opportunity. The ref's going to blow the whistle. So it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Davis.
Yeah, as he's trying to calm all the players down, get them all on the same page, going in the second and long after that incompletion, and just try and get a play called here so they don't have to call it out on the field, and just try and get that big play like they did on that first drive on 3rd and 10. That big pass in double coverage, it was a risky play, but it didn't end up paying off. So sometimes to win a big game, you have to take those risks.
Yeah, so you see Coach Davis telling his team some adjustments to make. Obviously a big opportunity here. A chance to tie the game up. 2nd down. As before, the pass was incomplete. And again, you're going to see this Highlanders team, they're going to put the ball in the air, right? That's what they're known for. But with the wind playing a factor, I'm curious to see if they're able to do it successfully.
Yeah, as they already did once, as it looks like they'll keep it on the ground here. And it looks like the Chargers will get a nice tackle for a loss.
Yeah, so Ella led with the carry there. The sister, actually, of Chloe led with. And you're going to hear those two names a lot, one of the key pieces on this offense. And it was a good job, right? You see that pre-snap motion with the jet. Tosses there, and just obviously there was no room with multiple blue jerseys in the way.
Yeah, and that tackle and that flag for a loss there was by Skolnick.
Yeah, Skolnick, one of the top defensive players here on this team. She does a good job at that right cornerback position. She does a good job staying home and limits the extra yardage. So 3rd down now here for this Highlanders team, down by 7. What does Coach Davis have brewing up?
Trying to get that big conversion like the first drive. Let's see if he'll call up that passing play again, as it looks like he will.
So you saw there the short path to Ledwith, but it doesn't go too far. But you like the mindset, right? You got to put the ball in the air to beat these Chargers. You obviously know their run defense is astounding. They do a very good job at that, as it's going to be 4th down now.
As it looks like it'll be a punt here by the Highlanders, as on that first drive it was a little less windy, so they were not afraid to really put it in the air. But ever since then, it's gotten a lot more windy, so it's more tougher to throw the ball accurate.
Yeah, definitely, and I like this decision as well to just punt the ball, right? Obviously, you make a dumb decision here, pin your team really close to your own goal line. That won't end well, as that ball will drop roughly around the 50-yard line. But, you know, you're going to see that happen a lot, right? It's going to be that mind games, right? Making sure that you are not the one that makes the mistake. The Chargers coming in here, they know they are not the underdog. They have a very talented team, a very talented record with playoff aspirations. These Highlanders know that everything is against them, but they have the talent. So I'm curious to see here maybe what decisions, whether it's coaches being more aggressive with some of their play calls or trying to play passive as we continue throughout this game.
Yeah, as Coach Moody is talking to his offense, who had a very good first drive, use Ava West, use the pass game, and work their way down. But on that second drive, they were stalled out, so let's see what they have for drive 3.
Perfectly said. Is now you see this Chargers team lining up. Obviously with BMCH, SD in their name, they're combined for all 3 schools here in the district, Kennedy, Calhoun, and Mepham. As there's going to be a snap and the pitch. With some wind, West tried to make a cut to the left, but Sarby doing a good job there. That's her 3rd tackle on Ava West. She's doing a really good job pulling flags and being aggressive.
Yeah, and Sarby, all those flags have been really, like, close to the line of scrimmage or even for a loss. As right there, she didn't even let West get anything. West might have even lost a yard.
Yeah, and also the footwork as well, doing a good job staying on her toes and being aggressive. As the snap, and it's going to be a throw, almost picked off, but not able to hold on to it. So you like the mindset there, right? Mix it up a little bit. West not able to get any positive yardage on the ground. Maybe try to do it through the air, but that one's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, a Lucino there with the defensive play there to swat it away and bring up a tough 3rd down for the Chargers.
So 3rd down now. The Chargers trying to get a first down. What do they have in store? The drop back. Going to throw it downfield. Nelson's open. She caught it. Going, and she's going to be in. Touchdown, Chargers.
Yeah, as Nelson just burnt the defense there, and just a fabulous throw there by the quarterback to find the wide open deep threat, Emily Nelson.
Yeah, perfectly said. I had a chance to sit down with Coach Moody, and he told me, right, Emily Nelson's one of those players that she is very, very sneaky fast, right? You put her on the outside, you have to make sure you know where she is at all times. And right there, the deep shot, perfectly executed, and Nelson has her first touchdown on the day to pair that with the pick from earlier. So the conversion's going to be no good. They're going to say that West's flag was tackled before.
There it is. Again, Sarby there to halt the conversion, as now she's got 4 tackles, and all of them behind the line of scrimmage on West.
So good job there by Herricks, right? Obviously the touchdown, not great, leaving Nelson wide open, but you do a good job stopping them on the conversion. Now you have an opportunity. You don't want to go into that second half, you know, down by a big deficit. Now 2-score lead for these Chargers. Expect them to be a little aggressive here, but obviously stay within the game plan.
Yeah, as the Highlanders might try and just run the ball to try and slow down the tempo and just take their time getting down the field to just try and get that first score.
So we see here the motion. It's going to be a throw, and it's going to be an early flag pull. So a good job there. You see the ball trying to get it out fast to the right side. It's going to be a good flag pull.
Yeah, great play there by Saraceni. Able to get right as she caught it. She went to make that first move, and Saraceni was right there.
Yeah, and you're going to see these Herricks team do that a lot, right? Get that ball out fast, get it to where it needs to go. As now we have 2nd down after the minimal game on 1st down.
Yeah, as the Highlanders, they've tried to incorporate the screen passes a lot, and it hasn't worked. They've tried doing it to Saraceni's side twice. Maybe they try and go the other way if they want to keep those screen passes going.
Yeah, and that's the other problem, too, right, with the Chargers defense. You have Skolnick on one side, Saraceni on the other. It's really just trying to pick the best out of 2 very talented corners to run at. So this 2nd down play now. A nice little motion. She's going to keep it herself. The quarterback is going to dump it off, and a good flag pull by Ava West. So just we talked about how great of a running back she is. She makes a big impact for this defense playing at the starting linebacker position.
Yeah, as West is really showing her dual threat. As here's a replay of they tried to get him with that fake jet sweep, but West didn't fall for it, stood her ground, and was able to get that flag to bring up a 3rd down.
So we see now 3rd down. Herricks needs a big play. Needs to find a way to get going here.
As the Highlanders, they might just put a little air on it to try and gain any control of this game, even in the wind.
So you see the snap. She's going to keep it herself with some pressure. Good job trying to get the ball out fast, but it's not going to matter. Good job there. You saw 2 white jerseys in the backfield very fast. They tried getting that motion, and then, of course, the Chargers sending that blitz.
As the Chargers defense really charging there, as you saw, 2 bodies in there right away, right off that snap, to now bring up another punt for the Highlanders. As the Chargers defense looks really energized, and everything's been working. As we have a low liner, and it looks like it'll start just in front of the 50-yard line, as the Chargers will have good field position yet again.
So now BMCH SD with an opportunity to go up big. Already having that 2-score lead.
Coach Moody probably just telling him, just keep doing what you're doing. Just hand it off to West when you need it, and if that's not working, just use the deep bomb because it's worked once, and your receivers are very deep within the Chargers roster, so you have plenty of options to throw it to.
So you see now the 1st down, and she's going to keep it herself, the quarterback. Instead of running it, she decides to pull it, maybe throw it, and she's going to take off at a good flag pull. So you've seen multiple times now this Herricks team not being fooled. They understand the assignment when having to shut down the run, but they do a really good job right there again. Multiple flag pulls early on in the downs.
Yes, here's a replay of Sanchioli trying to get loose there, but Sulby right on her tail. Not able to get the flag, but able to just slow down her momentum and just help her teammate get the flag.
So you see the toss, maybe a little pump fake there, but then instead gives it to West as she's going to be tackled there, but a decent gain. That's going to push these Chargers to decide what will be the call here.
Here now on 3rd down, what will the Chargers run? Will they try on that pitch play to West again, or will they take that deep shot that's worked and save it for 4th down so they can have 4th and manageable? Sanchioli drops back now, looks for that deep shot, and nearly had it.
Yeah, so you like the mindset there, right? Trying to step back, get a shot downfield, but just like that, incomplete. But again, you're going to see the Chargers team go to that play a little bit, right? Sanchioli is a very talented quarterback. She has a very good arm. So we already saw that happen once with Nelson right there. Could have been another touchdown on a deep shot, just incomplete.
But still, even not getting that conversion, you're still in 4th and manageable. So you still have a good shot. So you are going for it. So because there is a high chance that you can convert.
So we see here the 4th down play. They're going to go for it. The Chargers, it's a high snap. Sanchioli doing a good job recovering it. The shot downfield, and it's going to be caught. So a great job there on 4th down, as I believe it's going to be marked just short of the end zone.
As Hanlon able to haul in that deep ball, as you saw in that 3rd down, it just slipped out of her hands. But here's a replay of Sanchioli just dropping back and dropping it right into Hanlon's hands. She was marked short, but she did redeem herself after dropping that last one. She did make the big catch on 4th down to get the Chargers in a very strong situation and high percentage situation for scoring. As they're right on the goal line, as West now lined up as a receiver. As it's Sanchioli, but the Highlanders' body's right in there, And a great stop there by Medina. Medina was in there, and so was Sarby, as Medina will be able, the leading tackle for the Highlanders, able to pick up another tackle.
Yeah, and you look at it as well. You're this close to the goal line. If you're the Chargers, you're foaming at the mouth right now. This is an amazing opportunity to go up big against a talented team in the Highlanders. Herricks, though, have no choice right now but to make a stop here, especially with 5 minutes before halftime.
Yeah, as West now, as you saw in that first play, she was lined up as the slot receiver, and now she drops back in the backfield. So maybe they'll try that pitch play again.
Yeah, very versatile. Essentially now is going to drop back, and the throw is going to be incomplete. So we've seen a few drop passes here by both sides, but right there not able to capitalize. And another interesting play call here coming up with 3rd down.
That one there almost didn't look dropped. It just looked like Alucino nearly got a hand on it and swat it right out of the hands of the Chargers. As now you have 3rd down and goal, and you start at the goal line, and that first down play really was effective. That was a big tackle.
So why not give it to West here at the goal line? She reaches for the pylon, and she's in. So touchdown, Ava West, her 2nd on the day, to extend this lead now to 19-0.
Yeah, as right there, you saw her hit one juke, and it was such a good juke that one of the Highlanders, I think, might have even fell to the ground. That's how big that juke was. And right after that, she pushed the momentum, switched to the other side, and reached right in and ended up getting that touchdown.
So 19-0 now, your score. These Chargers are going to try to extend the lead. See the snap. Essentially trying to find the back of the end zone, and there's going to be no one there. Pass looked like it was intended for Nelson.
But there were 2 Highlanders there, so good cover there by the Highlanders. They were able to keep the Chargers. They might have given up 3 touchdowns, but they were able to keep the Chargers only 1 for 3 on extra points. So if you're the Highlanders, you build momentum over that. You got a big stop there on that extra point. So now you got that stop. It's not a full stop, not giving any points, but it is a stop. Build off of that good play there, turn it into offense, and maybe turn it into at least a 19-6 game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you look at the situation; those points add up. I don't care whether they're going for 1, 2, or you got to start to find a way to mount the comeback, and why not start now, right? So we have a big drive here coming up. This might be the last time they see this ball before we go into halftime. We'll see what Coach Davis has in store.
As the Chargers defense has been very sharp. As right there, nearly another play there. West nearly had that pick. And if she caught that one, she could have been gone. She really had no one in sight in front of her. Maybe 2 Highlanders behind her. But just anyway, a great defensive play there by West.
Yeah, I mean, Ava West in open field, that's pretty scary if you ask me. You do not want to make sure that ball ends up in her hands. I don't care what side of the ball, what side of the field she's on. Offense, defense, it doesn't matter. She's a playmaker with the ball in her hands in open space, and right there, almost an interception.
Yeah, especially being a running back and being that running back and linebacker. Having that speed at running back is scary. Having that even versatile at running back is even scarier.
So you see there, a good play by Herricks.
But Saraceni able to get her 2nd or 3rd tackle there to bring up a 3rd down here for the Highlanders. At the Chargers defense not budging yet, looking strong. They had a couple plays that didn't go their way, but they bounced back from those and are just staying strong. As we've got 3rd down and long here, maybe the Chargers bring a blitz.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be interested to see what they have in store. As you're going to see the quarterback take off with it. Trying to pick up some yardage. She's still going near the sideline, and she's going to be marked out of bounds. Or excuse me, Nelson able to pull the flag. But overall, a good job there. You pick up some extra yardage. And every single yard, every single play matters right now for Herricks trying to mount the comeback.
Yeah, as it will be interesting to see where the left marks it, whether it's 1st down or 4th down, as it'll be 4th down here for the Highlanders. You saw what the Pirates did in their 4th down. They converted for a touchdown. It's not as close as the Chargers one was, but let's see if the Highlanders can get a big conversion here.
Yeah, I love the mindset as well, right? You look at that situation, you have to know that you're down by 3 scores. Coach Davis understands that. He's going to be aggressive now. You really have nothing else to lose at this point. So Lorenzana. Let's see. Maybe does she go to the legs or does she try to pass this ball? The snap. Pressure instantly in her face. She almost was able to get rid of it as she's going to get taken down. And the flag's going to come out. So I believe that's going to be on the contact by the defense.
Yeah, but it was good defense there by the Chargers before that push. That push was not needed, but that could be costly as it looks like it'll turn into a first down for the Highlanders off of that penalty.
So it was a big decision, a big call there, and that flag by the ref really changes everything now as you go from having a 4th down situation to a new set.
Yeah, as that's a big play for the Highlanders, as they may not feel like they got that first down, but they did get that first down. So they can build off of that with a whole new 4 set of downs.
So first down now. So a new set of downs and another opportunity for these Highlanders. As you saw, pressure instantly and a nice catch there. A good flagpole by Nelson, but the damage was done there. Leah Bono, a good job to get a big chunk of yardage.
As you see the Highlanders sideline erupting in cheers, as stuff is now going their way. They are moving up the field. They are getting those chunk plays. As now it's second down, and you can build off of that like 4 or 5 yards on that first down play.
So we're coming up under the minute mark here. As second down now. Herricks trying to get something going here. And you see a nice flag pulled by West. But every yard counts. So we have 39.7 seconds here remaining.
As West so far out of the gate has been dominating both sides of the ball. She's gotten touchdowns on the offensive end, 2 touchdowns on the offensive end, and a near sack before, and a couple tackles. So she's really making her presence felt on the offensive end and defensive end.
Yeah, definitely. And you also look at it now, right? You hear the term in tackle football, 2-minute situations. You know, that 2-minute offense right now, and with only a little under 40 seconds left, what do you do, right? Are you able to try to get that ball through the air? You have to be aware of what the clock, when it's running and when it's not. And obviously, with a 3rd down situation here, do you risk giving the Chargers the ball back with some time to maybe go down and score?
Yeah, as not a lot of time here for the Highlanders, so they'll like to use it all and hopefully walk away with 6 points.
So we see this 3rd down play, a nice screen pass. She gets it out in time. And she's still going as the flag pull there by West. But a good job, a really good completion there.
As it'll be a timeout for the Highlanders as the clock stopped now, 30.1 seconds left.
Yeah, 4th down as well here. An aggressive play call, yet I agree with it. Down by 3 scores. Herricks. Knocking on the door. Excuse me, it's going to be first down. This ball's going to be in the air, and almost had a catch there. It's going to be incomplete. So that Chargers secondary doing a good job as that was knocked down by Saraceni.
Yeah, as a big hold there by the Chargers. Everybody clicking. West having a great game. Saraceni having a great game. And plenty of other names also.
So given the situation now, 18 seconds left, what do you do?
Second down for the Highlanders. Not a lot of time.
As you see, that pass is going to be incomplete. So a great job there by West stepping up, right? She read that play almost if she knew what it was. A good job. You can get right in front of it, get a hand on that ball, and it's going to be incomplete. So now 3rd down here for Herricks.
Yeah, as here's a replay of just the Highlanders and just Ava West disrupting play yet again.
So you see a huge, huge play coming up as it's going to be pass incomplete. The right mindset as that pass was intended for Ezekiel, but nonetheless, 4th down now. It's a big call here. Obviously, you got to go for it given the situation. Also, the Chargers not going to have much time here to score, even if they're not able to capitalize on 4th down. But if you're Herricks, right, you would love to go into this halftime at least with something on the board, try to limit some of the damage, and set yourself up in a better position to come back.
Yeah, as the Chargers defense still looking to walk away with a shutout here after this play, as Ava West could maybe end up blitzing.
As that pass is going to be intended deep.
But it'll be intercepted by Yablon.
Yeah, so a good job there by the defense. I'm telling you, this Chargers secondary, very, very talented, very experienced as well. But you look at the situation, only 4 seconds remaining, just under 4 seconds, excuse me. As you take a look at the replay, it was the right decision, right? You got to go down, try to get an opportunity, try to score, put something on the board. But this Chargers defense says no.
Yeah, as Jolie Yablon there is able to do what she does best. She does hold the Chargers record for the most interceptions in her career as she picks up yet another one there.
So the Chargers expect them to just go into halftime here. We'll see if they have anything in store, maybe a deep shot, maybe just give it a West, or well, they'll just try to end this first half, get into halftime.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try and do too much here and just play their game. If they give it to West and it ends up benefiting them and they end up getting a touchdown out of it, they'll be thrilled. But if it doesn't happen, they'll be content going in the half up 19.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to make a dumb decision here. Maybe one bad throw, a pick 6 could be a possibility. So we'll see what the decision is. They're going to pass this ball deep downfield, and it's going to be caught. Nice play there. She's going the 40, the 30. She's going to score. An amazing job there. A nice throw.
As it's Caitlin Cool there, the freshman making a big impact there, as the Chargers did take a shot there, and it did end up cashing in. As a gorgeous throw there, and a great catch as Cool just running past, as she's also the punt returner for this team, using that speed out on the defenders, as the Chargers will come out here for the extra point to try and make it 26-0.
Yeah, heck of a job. You look at this play design, right? I love it. You used West as that decoy there with the fake handoff, send it downfield. We've seen multiple Chargers open, and Coach Mooney says, how do you like that? An amazing job. As now the Chargers extend this lead 25-0 with a chance to extend it.
Yeah, as Sanchioli just put that ball right on the money and just said, do your work. As that extra point will be no good, as the Chargers will be going in the half with a 25-0 lead over the Highlanders.
Yeah, so if you're the Chargers, you got to be thrilled with this outcome. They did a really good job executing at all levels, right? They obviously the offense was firing on all cylinders, and they did a really good job with the defensive side as well. They did a good job stepping up. They did a great job flag pulling. So overall for the Chargers, you're very happy.
Yeah, but the Highlanders also, they had their big plays, and they can build off that. All it takes is one score, one stop, another score, another stop, and boom, you're back in the game.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we talked about it multiple times now. This Chargers team coming in, obviously they are very talented. They have very high aspirations for this season, and a lot of superstars. Herricks, the first-year program, learning as they go, trying to get some of these kinks out of the way. But nonetheless, we've seen crazier things happen in sports, ladies and gentlemen. This 25-0 lead, yes, it is big, but nonetheless, we've seen bigger comebacks. So that's been this halftime. I'm Ty Summer alongside Jared Broxmeyer. Let's send it down for your halftime interview. Enema?
That was really cool. it is so cold.
Good playing you.
Thanks, guys. I'm Emma Santiago, and I'm here with Coach Moody, the girls' varsity flag football coach. And what has led you to succeed so far in the first half of the game?
To be honest, the defense is playing outstanding. Outside of a couple plays here or there, they've been flying around, pulling flags, doing the little things we stress. And offensively, we had a little trouble catching the ball the other day, but I think we've done a much better job catching the ball, moving the ball, and just doing the things that we ask the girls to do day in and day out.
And since you guys have succeeded so far, what is a message that you would like to tell your girls during the halftime?
Our job is to be the best version of us every single time we step on that field, right? Doesn't matter the opponent, doesn't matter the score, doesn't matter who's on the field, right? We are trying to be as good as we possibly can to have higher expectations as we move in towards the postseason in the second half of the season here.
Okay. Well, that's all from me and Coach Moody. Now, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Emma, and thanks, Coach Moody. What a phenomenal first half it has been for the Chargers. And let's talk about it first, starting off with really the big three of this Chargers team, the three record holders, you could say, for Bellmore-Merrick. Izzy Sylvan, Jolie Yablon, and Ava West have all been adding to their records that hold already.
I completely agree, Jake, but this was a dominant first half for the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers as a score of 25-0 at halftime and a large margin of yards compared to the Herricks Highlanders.
I mean, yeah, the interceptions, one coming from Jolie Yablon towards the end of that half, and the other one coming from Emily Nelson, who also had a huge reception to get their second score of the game. And I mean, talk about the Hail Mary at the end, because I think not only did that stun everyone in the crowd on the field, it stunned everyone in the studio up here. So run us through a little bit of what that play was.
It really did, Jake, interception at the 2-yard line with like 3 seconds left. We all thought the game was over, but as shown right here, it's just a great throw and a great catch. Everything worked well for the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers, caught the defense of the Herrick Highlanders lacking, and they just pulled through with that great play.
I mean, you never know when something like this is going to happen. You always think, what if it does? This could be a moment that will go down in history for your team. And I think this is going to be a moment that the Chargers are going to remember, because now you're walking into halftime being more energetic, more excited, and what a play for the Kennedy freshmen.
That's just a great spark for them at the end of halftime. They're coming into this next half just ready and prepared to battle. But you can't forget about the Herrick Highlanders, who are still battling right now. They're not giving up. Coach Davis right now is probably telling his team, let's keep going till that whistle's blown. This game's not over. We still have time.
I mean, you got to play your heart out from whistle to whistle. You don't know. I mean, hey, if the Chargers can score 25 and a half, why can't we score 26? There's no reason to, take your head out of the game, because you never know what's going to happen. And as cliche as that might sound, you really don't. There could be a few turnovers here and there, a few big plays, maybe once or twice, and all of a sudden it's a one-possession game. So when it comes to football, there's no reason to really take your head out of it, because you really don't know what could happen in the split second.
I completely agree, Jake. On both sides of the field, it's important. Anything can happen for the Herrick Highlanders. Everything can just go well for them. 2 turnovers, 2 scores, it's already a one-possession game. This game is much closer than people think.
So now we're at the halfway point into the game. Let's take a look back at both of the teams' keys to the games, and let's see, have they been performing to what they wanted to? Have those keys worked out for them? And really, have they fell short?
I agree, Jake. The Bellmore-Merrick Chargers have agreed to many things this game. Number one was to minimize their mistakes, which they have been doing. They've been pulling this off all game. It's been working really well for them. The second one is mastering the blocking scheme. Ava West is going on many runs, many pitches to the left and right sidelines, and they're blocking perfectly for them. The third one will be to run the ball efficiently. As said, Ava West, she's doing phenomenal out there. She's running all around the place, but she's scoring every time.
I mean, definitely, she holds the Chargers record for the most rushing yards in a season and in career. And she has had 8 games, just 8 games on this team. So that says something to her dominance in Nassau already and in this conference. She already has over 100 yards today. But over for Herricks, their keys have been a little bit different. They wanted to minimize mistakes, and although on the offensive end they have been doing that pretty well, not been able to really, they've only taken a couple sacks, but they've been very similar to Mepham's. They really wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, which they have been able to do. Era at the attack, which is really where they have shined throughout the entirety of the game. And their defense needs to show up, and I think that has to be a point that needs to be addressed, because you are going to get back into this game as your defense shines. With that being said, let's take it down for the second half.
Thank you, Kyle, and thank you, Jake, as we are underway here in this second half. I'm Tyler Steinberg, alongside my partner, Lucas Pengangar, and we talked about this first half. We talked about how talented this Chargers team is coming in. They're obviously not the underdogs, and right now they're showing it. They're really giving it to this Highlanders team.
Yeah, 25-0 in the first half. Great performance by Ava West you saw there. You've mentioned her all game. Just great so far by the Chargers.
Yeah, her, Emily Nelson as well with that touchdown and the interception. So we've seen those are two of the players that have been playing really good here. Is the Chargers now on second down. Tried to get something growing on the ground game. This is one of the situations, right, where the ground game is not really the most popular in the game of flag football. Obviously, you don't have that traditional blocking like tackle football where you have 5 offensive linemen able to, use their hands a little bit more. This is, like I said before, that pick style, that basketball style pick. So it's hard to run the football in this game. So we're seeing, obviously, with the talented duo that this BMCHS team has, is they're doing a really good job. As that's a handoff again. So doing a good job picking up multiple yards on that first down play and the second down play.
Yeah, you're going to see here they switched out Ava West into Haley Siegler. A different option here. They're going to switch back in this offense here because they're up to this big number, 25-0.
Yeah, Siegler's that kind of change of pace a little bit right as a back. She's very good at reading the block. She does a good job. This is the gap. I have to go here. She does a really good job of that. Maybe doesn't have the speed that West has, but a change in tempo, maybe that can help spark something. So the Chargers trying to get something going, as they're going to opt to punt this ball, as that's going to be dropped, so they're going to mark that play dead. But Herricks now in a must-score situation. Obviously, we just started here in the second half, but time not on your side. You got to start getting going now.
Yeah, here they go. Herricks, they got to get something going here, just like how you said. They can put one up on the board. Maybe that can project some momentum for them, and they can just keep rolling from there. Yeah, so we see now Coach Davis talking with some of his players, and you got to get that message across, right? All it takes is one big play to spark something, and we've seen it had that one big play on the first drive that they had that nice completion, and then ever since it's been a little quiet now. What they're going to need that defensive side to step up. They need to limit that Chargers offense so they can let their Herricks offense prevail. So now first down here for the Highlanders. You're going to see a motion pre-snap, and they're going to hand it off. And it's going to be a nice flag pull, but nonetheless, you're going to see a lot of that there, right? Herricks, a little bit of a college-style offense. As right there, they use that pre-snap motion, but not able to get any yards on it. Yeah, trying to throw them off the pre-snap motion. It just not work there. So as we get ready here for the second down play call, expect some more balls in the air. Expect them to try to go a little deeper with some of these passes, maybe get some shots downfield, open up the field a little bit more, try to score points fast. Lorenzana, the quarterback. The snap. She rolls out, has an open player, and that's going to be incomplete. So the pass there intended for Asa Kurowi, but incomplete. Yeah, trying to get a quick pass off, trying to limit that clock, and just try to keep that clock moving, but try to stop that clock there, and just try to get a quick pass, try to maybe prevail them for the first down. Yeah, Asa Kurowi, they've went to her a few times so far today, but not being able to get anything going really through the air. They've had a few decent plays, but again, they're getting the ball out fast with some of these screens, and Lorenzana, one of the talented players on this team, of course, that quarterback. She's very fast with her feet. She understands the game very well, and of course, a good opportunity here to maybe make her name a little bit more known and try to get a bigger impact in the game. Yeah, she has rolled out multiple times so far in this game. Maybe you've seen it here. So now, third down. A must-need opportunity is she's going to take it down the middle, and a good flag pull by Saracini.
So we've said her name a few times, her and Skolnick, those talented corners on the other side. You also have players like Wes, Nelson, all those players overall doing a really good job when it comes to flag pulling.
As I predicted there, Lorenzano just goes out, but just stopped, halted by Saraceni there.
Then it's also really footwork as well, right? It's the fact that you have to make sure you're, not flat-footed when a situation like this. Flag, obviously, it's not as hard technically to tackle someone, some might say, but you're trying to grab a really small flag against someone that's moving at an extremely high speed. So a good job to stay on her tippy toes, read the play, step up, and limit any extra yardage. So still now a new set of downs for Herricks. As it's going to be that triple reverse, as it's going to be a handoff going on the left side and a good flag pull. But you like the trickery right now, right? You like a little mix-up. We haven't really seen that from this Highlanders team so far, so a nice job changing some things up.
Yeah, Herricks looking for the big play, doing the triple option, going a little fancy there, but does not work. That Chargers defense just stops them right there with a great flag pull, letting him to only like maybe 2 yards.
So Kremler with the flag pull there. Is now second down here. These Highlanders going to try to score fast. It's going to be an empty backfield with a motion. Fake handoff. She's going to take it herself. She makes one player miss before Saraceni gets another flag.
So far, it's been a lot of motion so far in the second half for the Herricks, for the Highlanders. It has not worked so far. That Chargers defense is staying put and not staying home there.
So now third down here in short. A must need here if you're the Highlanders, right? You can't really afford to not be able to capitalize as you see that nice job by Saraceni. That multiple flag pulls today. She's on her game defensively. So third down. A very important play call here. It's going to be snapped. She's going to step up and a completed pass with some open field to the left side down the sideline. A nice cut back. As there's going to be a flag pull by Saraceni. So a nice job coming from the other side of the field for the flag pull, but nonetheless a really good job there and some momentum they can build on. Ella led with that nice play.
Just like you said, they need that one play, that one big play. Maybe this can spark a comeback for the Herrick Highlanders here.
Yeah, and you saw a nice change of direction there as well. You saw she was committed to the one side, ended up cutting right back when she got stuck on the sideline, even with a nice little jump cut back to the middle. Obviously, her flag was pulled by Saraceni, but a huge play and a play that probably couldn't have came at a better time.
Yeah, they can get their first points here. That would be huge for them.
So now first down here on the Pirates side of the field. What is the play call? You see the drop back with some pressure. She gets it out fast. As a good flag pull yet again. These Chargers, a good job stepping up. As Kamler, that's her second flag pull on this possession alone. But a good job by Lorenzana to just get that ball out fast.
Yeah, great flag pull by Lorenzana. Just trying to get that ball out fast. It does not work there. It gets halted by that Chargers defense, sorry.
Yeah, so Lorenzana, you see multiple times now she's been pressured. There's been a lot of blue jerseys in her face at times, but a good job getting the ball out fast, trying to create something out of nothing. As second down here, you see some motion, a little shift. The stop. It's going to be coming across the field. She's going to step up in the pocket. A throw and almost picked off. Siegler just barely not being able to hang on to that ball. You saw her get a hand on it. Nice job reading the quarterback's eyes, but not able to reel it in.
Off. You're going to see that replay there just by the fingertips. It could have been caught for the touchdown there for the Highlanders. Just lucky for the Chargers there.
Yeah, just barely by the inch of her fingers. Maybe she jumps up just a teeny bit higher. That ball's going the other way, but a little opportunity now as we talk about Saraceni, who has been just so good for this Chargers defense. As you see, a nice job stepping up, and she finds an open player and a good flag pull, but nonetheless a good job by Lorenzana to step up, find the open player.
Yeah, Lorenzana evades the pressure there. She just can't find an open receiver. She finds someone on the outside, just halted by the Chargers defense.
Renan Allo with the reception there. Haven't been able to say her name much, but that's going to be a player they look to get a little bit more involved as this game goes on, especially with time being very, very important here.
Yeah, time being a big factor here. 16 minutes left to go. See if the Herrick Highlanders get their first points on the board.
Yeah, so for those of you just joining us, these Chargers have been dominant throughout this first half. The second half, though, these Herricks Highlanders knocking on the door, an opportunity to put their first points on the board here, maybe try to get a spark, mount a comeback. So fourth down, a big play call. As there's going to be a flag, so you saw some players jumping on both sides. As this is going to be a huge call, obviously with fourth down being the situation, but it's going to be on the Chargers. So you saw two players jump around the line, getting a little antsy. And now that is a big, big situation, right? This Herricks Highlanders team a lot closer to the goal line than they were before.
Yeah, that's the fact. I was going to be on Isabella Sullivan. She's a record leading for the she's the Chargers sack leader on the year so far. She jumped a little too early, maybe trying to get another sack if you see.
Yeah, and you know this Chargers team multiple times, a lot of pressure that they're getting on the quarterback, and that's something that Coach Moody preached, being a defensive guy. As you see here, the big fourth down, and you saw some physical play there, and they're going to call it. So nonetheless, the ball getting out of the hands, and the Chargers doing a good job sending some pressure, just a little bit too physical on the contact.
Yeah, Chargers do a good job in defending the pressure, just like you said. A little too physical on the contact. They could have maybe toned it down a little bit. That could have been a sack. And you see here, Izzy Sivan, the running back and the punt returner for the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers. She's a senior in the air. She's had a great game so far. Great on the edge. She's been superb so far.
Yeah, it definitely is. You see there a physical play. You saw the contact, of course, as Sivan getting the flag call on. But right there, that's back-to-back calls that now just hand Herricks a first down, something that obviously you did not want to feel the Chargers, and that's just some mental errors that they have to avoid.
Yeah, just some mental errors they're going to have to avoid. See if the Herrick Highlanders, I've said this multiple times, see if they can get these points on the board. This can change the whole game around for them.
So now, first down, close to the goal line. What is the play call? You see the drop back, and right away pressure. So Sivan makes up for the call on her on the last play, giving Herricks the first down right there, able to get the sack.
Yeah, Sivan able to get the sack. I haven't seen anyone blocking there. Right past the defense, and just going to go right in there for the sack on the Renzano.
Yeah, and it's also the challenge, too, that we talked about, how it's, again, those pick-style blocking schemes that you have to run as an offense. It's definitely not the easiest to pick up those blitzes, but if you're the quarterback, you have to keep a mind in that, right? That's your job. Make sure that you are understanding who is coming at you from what angle. Make sure that you're able to get the ball out fast, and right there, not able to do so.
Yeah, she's got to look on their blind side right there, and just trying to maybe step in the pocket, maybe predict the runner coming off the edge.
So now, second down here after the two flags. Give Herricks a new set of downs, and then right there, Sivan pushing them back a little bit. Coming up on 14 minutes and 40 seconds here and counting. This has been a long possession for Herricks, as you see the motion coming across. They're going to step up in the pocket, and a good flag pull. So yet again, Cool, who scored the touchdown earlier right at the end of the first half, steps up there with a nice tackle.
Yeah, so far on this drive, she is rolled out of the Renzano has rolled out of the pocket multiple times so far on this drive. They're trying to make that running game going for the quarterback. Let's see if they can do it here.
So third down now. Obviously, this is four down territory if you're Herricks, right? You got to find a way to capitalize, get some points on the board. But now it's if you're Coach Davies here, what are you telling your team? What play call do you think they're going to run?
I could see another screen pass out of the option pass, or maybe the trickery has working for them. The motions have been working so far this drive. Let's see if they can do it here.
Let's see if you're Tony Romo 2.0. As you see the motion pre-snap, as you are right, they go to that trickery, the triple reverse going to the outside. She's going to make one player miss. Is she going to be in? No, she's going to be short. So Ledwith, who had that big play earlier to give Herricks this big possession, almost getting in, but good job calling it there with some trickery, that triple reverse. We saw that play run earlier, didn't get anywhere. This time, some better results.
Yeah, fourth down here for the Herricks. Obviously, you said four down territory. Let's see if they can maybe they go back to the trickery, or they go back to their screen pass, or they go with a deep pass option here.
Gets one call right. Now thinks he's the offensive coordinator. We'll see if he's correct, especially with the big fourth down call. Down by 25. Obviously, you need to score, but this has been a really, really long possession for Herricks, right? It's taken a while. Every time they're bringing it to that third, fourth down, then some flags are being called. And so the Chargers defense, you got to question, are they tired? So fourth down with an opportunity to close the gap a little bit. The step back, the throw, and it's going to be caught. Touchdown. So way to go there. You saw the tip. It was a 50-50 ball, and a great job to reel it in. These Herricks now, an opportunity. They score finally. They get on the board. Can they build on this?
Yeah, tipped by Haley Siegler. Just couldn't. They could not reel it in, and just caught right there by Isa Orzako just to get the pass off.
So now the score is 25-6. But right there, Herricks, you got to love the drive. Obviously, you wish you scored faster, taking off almost, really the entire half of the clock here in the second half. But nonetheless, you got to be happy with some points. You can never complain about points, and we'll see what they do to build on, maybe if they get a little more aggressive.
Yeah, 12 minutes off. If they can score this and then get another stop, they're back into this game.
Yeah, we definitely have a ball game in that sense. As they're going to try to capitalize here, and they're not able to. The pick there, as it's going to be called dead. But a good job there. And again, you saw them a little deeper. They were trying to go for 2 there instead of that 1 point. But Cramler, a good job stepping up, getting that interception, which technically doesn't count as an interception in the book because of the fact that it was on a conversion, but a good job being in the right place at that right time.
Yeah, stopping that Herrick Highlanders on that 2-point conversion. If they can get a stop here, this is a ball game, and then you're going to see in this kickoff here, maybe they can get something going.
So now 25-6 is your score. I expect Herricks to get a little more aggressive here, especially defensively, right? You're going to be willing to jump a receiver, try to find a way to get that ball back. They're going to go for those interceptions. They're going to try to get those big plays as they need them. So as we get ready here for the kick, it's also curious what the approach is. You see, obviously, they need to try to get some type of onside kick here to get possession as they're going to hand it off. The Chargers now an opportunity. As you're going to see again, these Herricks team, they got to step up. They got to find a way to make a play, make something happen, something drastic to get an opportunity to get this ball back before the end of the game with at least some time left to get the ball back again and try to put some points on the board.
Yeah, you got to stop them. The Chargers were doing the same thing on defense. You got to stop them and hold them in place. Got to stay home and stay in front of your man.
Yeah, in traditional football as well, you talk about possibly the onside kick being a big issue here. Obviously not having that as much in flag as the Chargers an opportunity to score. Here, always when you have West and Siegler, that dominant duo in the backfield. As she's going, you see some flags missed, but a good flag pull there. But again, we talk about that dominant running back duo. They're very talented, is Baranello with the flag pull.
Yeah, past the halfway marker. It goes Haley Siegler. Great run there. You're going to see in that replay, great toss by the quarterback, going right up the field, go past the half line, evade the defender. It's a great job there. Yeah,
some good blocking. She kind of cut the middle of 2 defenders there as well. So a big, big chunk, and you cannot afford to have that if you're Herricks. So new set of down now. A little bit before that 45-yard line, roughly on the 44. First down. See the drop back, the roll to the right, the throw. It's going to be just short of the intended receiver, but you like the mindset. Obviously, you look at the clock, you wonder, hey, how can we keep this thing moving? How can we waste as much time as we possibly can having the possession, right? Obviously making sure that Herricks doesn't get the ball back, and they're doing a good job of that right now.
Yeah, you got to keep the clock moving. Try to keep it away from the outsides. Try to keep it in the middle of the field here. Just try to keep the clock moving with 10 minutes left to go.
Yeah, obviously in flag here it's a running clock, but it's the fact as well of you just having possession technically is a waste of time. Obviously it's hard for Herricks to really get an opportunity, a good look at scoring if you have the ball, as that's going to be another handoff and the flag pull there. But again, a good chunky yardage on that play. So now third down, 25-6. The Chargers, they know their strength. They're very good on the ground game as you take a look at that handoff. Siegler, a second job there. She had the big run earlier. Gets another nice opportunity. Picks up some solid yardage. Makes it third and manageable. You're going to see a motion screen. It's going to be caught. And a heck of a flag pull. So you saw Siegler with the nice cut. But clearly not able to fool Sarby. That she has played an amazing game despite obviously the defense being a little weak for Herrick. She has been a standout defensively.
Yeah, they're trying to pull a little Herrick Highlander there with the motion. and try to get Siegler outside, trying to get her on the outside, trying to get her upfield. They just could not work there. Great tackle there.
So Sarby, that's multiple flag pulls on the day. Doing a really good job reading the defense. As now we're at 4th down. These Chargers are going to go for it. Siegler, the hot hand right now in that group, and that's going to be a flag pull. So a good job by the Chargers coming up close, but it's going to be a change of possession. So that's exactly what Herricks needed. Siegler with the hot hand right now in that running back group. A good job getting to the outside, just not good enough.
Yeah, the Herrick Highlanders, they have an opportunity here. They can come back into this game if they can score here, maybe get that 2-point, and then they'll be down by a little bit here, the Chargers.
Yeah, if you can get this lead to maybe, 13, 14 with that touchdown and then hopefully that 2-point conversion, we're talking about an 11-point game. That's definitely doable, right? Obviously, you're a few scores away, but you know what? Why not start it now? All it takes is you get this touchdown, another interception, all of a sudden we're really talking about a ball game. So Herricks now, 1st down, an opportunity. That's all they ask for. As you're going to see the pressure, you saw the step up there by Lorenzana, but it's not good enough with 2 blue jerseys in the way.
Yeah, Lorenzana just trying to step up back up in the pocket, look for the man downfield, trying to create time for her in the pocket, just cannot. Izzy Sullivan back there trying to get that sack.
Yeah, Herricks, they have a lot of defensive talented players on that line. They like mixing it up a little bit, but nonetheless, a very, very talented pass rush duo. So 2nd down. Obviously not able to pick up any big yardage on 1st down. Going to need a big play. So you see they're going to hand it off here. Ledwith tried going one way, says that's not where she wants to go. Cuts the other way. She's going. Some big chunk of yardage there. They still didn't get her flag. She's going. Multiple jerseys missed. Will she get in the end zone? She will. Touchdown. Herricks.
Yeah, going the complete opposite way there. Just as uncommitting from that way. It is winning, invading those defenders. They cannot pull her flag. It's going all the way for the touchdown there.
Yeah, you got to do a better job of flag pulling, right? You saw her that quick handoff to that left side of the field. She says, no, I'm not going there. I want to go where I want to go. Cuts back on the other side of the field and then makes many, many different Chargers miss. What a play.
Yeah, you're seeing that replay there. They just cannot pull her flag, and she's going to go all the way into the end zone for the Herrick Highlanders.
So nonetheless, that is the spark that Herricks needed. We're talking about a ball game now, 25-12. They're going to go for this conversion. If they can get this, maybe that's that little extra ounce that they need. Obviously, you need that defense to come in clutch too. You're going to need to maybe get a turnover, some type of big play here to get the ball back. But nonetheless, Herricks, a lot better second half. It's going to be the throw intended. It was going to be tipped, and it's going to be caught. So that is the 2nd time we've seen here today a deflection into a touchdown. And at this point, the conversion, we saw the first touchdown that Herrick scored, a similar situation with some hands on it, and they're able to reel it in. A really good job here. 25-14 is your score.
Yeah, down by 11, make this a 2-possession game here for the Herrick Highlanders. Let's see if they can get a stop on defense.
Yeah, so if you're Coach Moody and Coach Hatcliffe now, what are you telling this team, right? Obviously, you're a little rattled. You have that dominant first half, and ever since, it's been 14 unanswered points for Herricks.
So because of the clock stopping, you got to just keep the same game plan. You got to keep the running through Haley Siegler and through Ava West, maybe, potentially. You got to keep that running game going. Try to keep that. They've gotten big plays so far in the running game.
Yeah, definitely, and now the Chargers, you look at it, you got to find a way to make sure that this clock is moving. If you can do a good job wasting time with the play calls, right, you do a good job just using all the downs that you have accessible to you, making sure that you're obviously extending the chain, make sure that you're getting these first downs. You can waste a little bit more time, but we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as the first down play is going to be a QB draw, the nice flag pull, but nonetheless, a good job there, just getting a little extra yardage to Sancioli.
Yeah, great job there. She's been called all night. Great linebacker there. Great on the outside. Let's see if they can do it again and move together. Stop here.
Yeah, Sancioli, the junior, attending Calhoun. You know, they've went to her legs a lot. She's obviously had some opportunities with some deep passes. We saw, obviously, the Emily Nelson touchdown and then as well with the one to Cool at the end of half. But, you know, obviously you can't underrate her legs. It is a big part of her game. And it also, as a defense, what does that really do, right? You know that the quarterback is a scrambler. She's got that two deep, that two type of threat quarterback. How do you maybe handle that?
you got to run that maybe that contain on the outside. Try to stay home on your outside linebackers and try to keep that quarterback contained. Keep her in the pocket. Maybe get a sack here.
So perfectly said, right? That sack is going to be big here. You need something to get going. It was a really good handoff as it's first down, and you got to just get something right now if you're Herricks. Maybe try to get that ball in the air. If there's any type of pass play whatsoever, you need to make sure that your best players are aware of it and they can maybe jump it, get an interception.
Interception will be huge here for the Herrick Islanders. See what happens.
So you see a little bit different of a formation. West taking the snap. She's going to go up, and a nice move. Makes two miss, so you saw the nice jump cut to the left at that 50-yard line, then makes the spin move and a nice pickup.
Ava West, a nice play evading two defenders. It's going to be first down here for the Chargers, running with a new offense here, taking out Ava West and Haley Siegler.
So what do you think of that? You have a backfield of West and Siegler, the dominant running backs for these, Bellmore-Merrick Central Iowa District Chargers. And, I mean, what do you do, right? That's just so much talent there and running back sitting. And obviously Herrick's doing a decent job, and it's really hard to pull West flag, but nonetheless a new set of downs.
Yeah, for Moody and Hatcliffe, you got to be in love. You have two great running backs back there that can do either or. Pass game, running game, every game. They got everything back there.
Yeah, definitely. Both players do a good job getting involved. And why switch it up here? West with the hand, doing a good job out of the Wildcat, as she's going to get another big chunk. So we're talking 10, 15 yards at a time. That adds up as they are getting closer and closer to the goal line.
Yeah, they can shut this game out here for the Mepham Chargers. You can see that replay, taking the snap, cutting back the other way. It's a great job there by Ava West.
And obviously we talk about it. Sancioli is a really good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. But if you just have West in the backfield, I mean, what are you going to do about that? Obviously, they can keep doing that continuously down your throat until you stop it. When I talked to Coach Moody, that's what he said. He's like, look, I don't care. If I'm going to run a play 17 times in a row, if it's going to get me positive yardage, guess what? I'm going to run it an 18th time, and you're seeing it right now with that Wildcat formation.
Yeah, have a little old Miami Dolphins there with Ricky Williams there. Maybe Ava West, Ricky Williams, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I'd even say Christian McCaffrey possibly with her impact in the passing game as well.
Yeah, so far she's been great today.
So now second down here for the Chargers. Obviously a must stop if you are Herricks with the time counting down. You need to get something going. Let's see what they can do. West in the backfield. Multiple cuts, tries going left, goes right, decides that she's going to go left. She makes one player miss before taking a stumble. But again, some positive yardage.
Yeah,
and more importantly as well, a new set of downs.
Yeah, now they're just running that new set of downs, just going to run it right.
They call her short, actually. So just short. Or excuse me, no. So the person with the post decides it is a first down. It was definitely close to the marker, but a good job.
Yeah, that Wildcat formation has been working so far. You got both of them in the backfield. The Herrick Highlanders got to choose between one, commit to one. If it's going to be a handoff, maybe a sneak out read option with Ava West there.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, right? The read option now. You hear that from all the teams. They want to use it in the playbook, and it's really hard as a defense because you see that those two players on the line, they are responsible for one person. You have to make sure that, look, if that person's going to get it, you have to make sure that you're on it for the running back, and if the quarterback wants to keep it, in this case, Ava West, as she pitches it to the outside for Siegler, and a nice flagpole, but that's what we talked about. You make sure that you have to guard your man where they are going.
Yeah, you got to guard your man. You see right there, great flagpole, staying home, just keeping them in front of them. It's great flagpole by Herricks.
And it's important too, right? Because football, you can't win with one player a lot of the times, So if there's just one player that misses their assignment on that read option, it can very much burn you. So second down now after that Siegler pitch. And again, you're seeing multiple times now they're going to that double backfield with the running backs. And why stop? It's been working very well for you.
Yeah, Moody's calling the play there. They're going to go right back to it again. Then see if we get a read option, maybe a pitch here.
So for those of you that are joining us, we're coming up a little over 3 minutes, 30 seconds here. 25-14 is your score. As West going to take that left side. It's going to make one player miss, make that two before the flag pull by Sarby. And they're going to say she was in. So that's a touchdown. Ava West. Obviously, it was close to the goal line. Sarby did a good job trying to come back at the flag pull, but it doesn't matter. She was in. So touchdown there puts the Chargers ahead just that much more.
Ava West might have called game there. 31-14 here. They're going to go for the 2-point. Let's see what's going to happen here. You're seeing that replay. Ava West takes the direct handoff, fakes the pitch to Haley Siegler, and go right up the field for a touchdown.
Yeah, and a very unappreciated part of that play, too, is the high snap, right? Good job reading the ball. Obviously, you have Rebel, who's the backup center after Bree Bolin, not able to make it to today's game. So it's a new center back there, which kind of changes some things, and a good job getting up there, catching that ball, and then, of course, that leads to the touchdown.
Yeah, great job there by Ava West and Haley Siegler in that background to keep that high snap contained and get in there for the end zone.
So now the Chargers trying to extend this lead now. That might have been called game here. As you see, that's going to be a bad snap, just a little too high. So we saw the touchdown, West able to hold on to it right there. Not so much.
Yeah, if you're Herricks here, you're just going for that big play. Trying to get that big play here is huge for the Herrick Highlanders. If you get that big play, that can change the momentum of this game. Maybe Spark could come back 3 minutes left. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of crazy things happen in sports, but we would genuinely need to see something insane, right? Obviously, Herricks, they had 2 scores, but the first one was a very, very, very tedious long possession for any type of defense. Took up a lot of minutes, damn near 10 minutes, to be honest with you. And then that second possession, it completely opposite. Ledwith had that nice play, which brought them to the goal line, and it was a fast score. So let's see what type of Herricks offense we're going to get. So first down now for the Herricks. And you look at it as well. We talked about it. Conversions are a big point of this game, as it's going to be first down. And that's going to be a deep shot caught. So a good job there. And she's going. A nice catch, the 30, the 20, the 10. And she's in there for the touchdown. So a nice catch and an even better throw. Leah Bono, they've called her name a lot today. But again, like I was saying before, those conversions, right, those are so important now, especially looking at the situation. Maybe you get some of those 1-2 point, conversions. We're talking at a 2-possession game. Still going to end up, now would have been a 1-possession game with those conversions. Now it's still a 2-possession game.
Yeah, 11 here. That's a great pass there by Lorenzo. Just to put it right up and try to get that deep play, and they convert.
And we know that Bono's got that speed as well, right? We know that when she gets the ball in open space, she is a very, very good playmaker. So now a chance to cut this lead a little bit. This conversion won't necessarily change how many possessions it will take to come back, as that's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted. But now you're looking at an 11-point game again. A 2-possession game still. But nonetheless, Herricks, it's exactly what they needed. They needed to score fast, and they did so.
Yeah, the Chargers, they just going to keep the ball on the ground, just going to waste clock here. If it was regular football, they could maybe go for the fumble, but not here.
So now 31-20 is your score. Just over 3 minutes remaining here in the second half. Expect to see this Herricks team get aggressive. The ball's in the air. They're going to have to watch it. But if you're Coach Moody, why would you put the ball in the air, right? You have those 2 dominant running backs in Siegler and West. Why not just keep giving it to them, considering that it's been working very well?
Yeah, let's see if they run it back with Ava West and Haley Siegler. And you're going to see they're going to do that again. Run Ava West, Haley Siegler in the backfield. They're going to have that double option there, either pitch to Haley or run with Ava.
So the Chargers now with the ball, as they have the 2 running back duo there. That's a high pitch. And a good job by Siegler to reel it in, but a nice job, even better job by Sarby to get that flagpole. And the high pitch, of course, not something that you necessarily want to do. You're going to have to make the running back Siegler, who had to watch that ball, make sure that it gets in her hands, and give Sarby more time to get up there and make the flagpole.
Great job by Sarby. The blocks get out there, but just a bad pitch by Ava West.
So nonetheless, though, that's one bad play in what has been a multitude of double back sets they have been running right now. And if you're Coach Moody, why stop it, right? You have one bad play out of multiple times where they've used West, who had the touchdown earlier, and then, of course, Siegler as well, doing a good job on the ground game.
2 minutes 30 left here in this game.
We'll see if there are any changes to the game plan, and there won't be. Why not, right? Keep West and Siegler back there, the hot hands, the dynamic duo. As you see them making sure that all the players are on the right page. West taking her time, snapping the ball. And that's going to be a flag, so they believe they might call a delay of game on there possibly. You saw Coach Moody a little frustrated by that, and that's going to push the Chargers back.
Yeah, Moody a little frustrated on that call. It's going to be a delay game here for the Chargers. It's going to go back a couple yards here.
So obviously a little bit of frustration by Coach Moody, but nonetheless, a penalty that you cannot afford to take there. You saw a little bit of confusion. We couldn't tell maybe if West was making sure that all their players were on the right, just the right page, making sure that they understand what the play is, or whether or not she just didn't know what the play is or whatever the situation was. But now a little deeper of a second down play. We'll see if that is important. West fakes the pitch. She's going to take it on her own, and a nice flag pull. So this Herricks defense, a good job stepping up as of late. Leah Bono, the scorer of the touchdown before, making her presence known as well on the defensive side.
Yeah, third down here with 2 minutes left. They're bringing the offense. Timeout by Moody here. Trying to rethink this play.
So now 1:54 remaining. As you saw that timeout called. And again, we talk about how dominant of a player West is. Extremely fast, extremely elusive, but she's done a good job at trying to stay away from these defenders. But, man, there are so many white jerseys. They're doing a really good job, especially in open field flag pulling, and you're seeing that make a big difference right now.
Yeah, with Moody here, it's not fourth down territory. You don't want to put Herricks in position to score here. So you got to maybe look to the pass here and try to get a pass off.
So as we wait for both teams to take the field again.
Here come the Chargers here. Let's see how they set up. They're gonna stay with Ava West and Haley Seeger in that backfield, going with that Wildcat tandem.
So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The mentality of Coach Moody and these Chargers. Coach Moody as well, the head coach for the football team. As you see now, the Chargers with that double-headed backfield. West going to take it on her own, and another good flag pull. So multiple times Bono steps up on that line, makes a play, and just like that now, pushing this Chargers team to have to make a very, very big call.
Yeah, you're going to go down to fourth here, Tyler? What do you think?
Yeah, really. I mean, it's the situation where obviously you want to make sure you get that first down. You want to obviously extend the chains, but I think you also have to focus on the fact that you're still up by 2 scores. You have to use that to your advantage. If I'm Moody, I'm just giving it to West, right? Harris, Siegler, one of those 2 players, they've been the hot hands. Why not keep giving it to them? Keep the ball on the ground, and, hey, you never know, maybe you're able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, if they can pick the first down here. If they don't, on the other side, Herricks, they're set up in great field position here with 1:47 left in this game. They can maybe get a quick touchdown like how they did in the last drive and maybe come back in this game.
So now a big, big call here. 4th down. Do you play the field possession game? Do you just give this ball up, try to punt it, push Herricks back, or you decide to get a little risky here and try to put the game on ice?
Moody having a big talk over with them here.
Yeah, why not, right? I mean, this is a huge, huge call. If you go for this and you don't get it, Herricks has a glaring opportunity. Obviously, time not on their side right now, but nonetheless, that really opens the door. And, of course, there's the other side of it, right? That other devil. You have the angel and the devil talking on each side of the shoulder. The angel saying, hey, punt it. Let's just let our defense do its thing. And then the devil, of course, saying, let's go for this, try to end this game now.
Yeah, but Moody's defense, they haven't been so good here in the second half of this ball game, letting up those first 2 touchdowns of the
Big plays,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, very big plays here. So I could see Moody's point for trying to go here for the offense.
Yeah, especially with Ledwith, who has been dominant in this second half. And you see Moody talking to the refs right now for whatever reason. I don't know if he's arguing maybe the flag call that was called, that was thrown earlier or what, but obviously you can tell that now that this game is a lot closer, the Herricks have done a good job closing that margin. Every single call, every mistake, every single decision matters that much more.
Yeah, here you go. Biggest play of the game here for Herricks.
So once Moody is done conversing with the ref, I'm curious to see what the decision is, right? What are they going to do? And then obviously on the Herricks side of the things, right, it's still 2-possession game. Sadly, because of the fact that they were not able to convert on some of those conversions earlier, are they able to make something happen? As you see, they're going to have a flag thrown on the field. So let's see what that call is. Maybe a delay of game or something thrown against Moody. I'm not sure. but it will be on the Chargers. So it's going to push them back. And do you think now maybe that takes them out of the discussion? Hey, do we possibly go for it, try to end this game and punt it, or what?
Yeah, Eva West now on the field there. She's been the quarterback this past couple drives here. I'm going to see the punt here. They're going to go with the punt here.
Yeah, the right decision in my mind at least. Trust this defense. Obviously, they have not been great, but you still have the two-possession game. Don't open the door here for Herricks.
A little late man there, Emily Nelson.
Yeah, they got to make sure they have the personnel right. Is this punt? It's going to go pretty far, and we're going to see if there's a return. There is, so a little extra yardage. She's still going. No one's going to get her. Never mind. So Siegler, a good job. You saw there was some open field on the left side, but Siegler, of course, with that great flagpole.
Almost. Second half has been going great for Herricks. Maybe they got another one there in that big punt return.
Yeah, you saw Ledwith, who has been the star player for this Herricks team, has been a huge reason as to why the score is what it is right now. But a fast score, and then, hey, you never know, maybe they're able to build on it.
Yeah, Hackcliffe talking over here with his defense. Let's see what they can do here. Hackcliffe talking over, trying to tell them to protect that outside, to protect that deep ball, go for that end zone.
So now, Herricks, an opportunity. They have to score fast, right? No excuses now. You have to score fast and try to get that ball back. As you see, it's going to be a drop back, some fast pressure. You saw there was it was a little close as West hurt right now. Hope that she's okay, but you saw that it was kind of close, right? The quarterback trying to get the ball that fast, Lorenzano, and you couldn't really tell if the flag was pulled beforehand, but the refs think it was.
Yeah, that flag pulled beforehand. They're going to call it down there. Couple gain yardage here. If you're Lorenzano here, what are you thinking here with that Herricks offense?
Yeah, really, you got to put the ball in the air, right? Obviously, I think you have to just get the ball to your playmakers as well. Ledwith we can't stop talking about her right now. She has been a dominant force in this Herricks offense, and why not get it to her, right? Clearly, she's the hot hand. She's playing with speed. She's making players miss constantly. As now this clock is running, expect Herricks to play with some speed. Lorenzano. Going to call hike. She's going to step up, get away from the pressure. She's got an open player, and that's going to be picked off. That might just do it here at Mepham High School. As you like the approach, putting the ball in the air, but you can just tell that's going to deflate Herricks.
Yeah, great job by Jolie Abone to get that pick and maybe call game there for the Mepham Chargers.
And I'm shocked we haven't said her name more. She's a very, very talented player, top 25 on Long Island. So, she has been a huge, huge impact, especially with the picks right there. Of course, big players in big-time games, big-time moments, they step up, and right there she's doing a good job.
Yeah, Hackcliffe doing a great job with their defense, trying to tell them to keep that ball back. Don't give up that deep ball. Great job by the safety.
So that might just do it here. The refs are conversing. I don't quite know about what, but if you're Herricks now, you got to find a way. You're going to need a little luck on your side. You're going to need that ball to go in the air. They're going to have to try to get an interception. But if you're Coach Moody with the Chargers, why not just keep giving it to Ava and Siegler, right? They've been doing that for a while, and why really change?
Yeah, they're going to run back Ava West here, and then Haley Siegler back in the backfield. Oh, I apologize. Emily Nelson now. Maybe Ava West is a little banged up on that play.
Yeah, so a little change of personnel as a different approach. As Nelson's going to take off, and she's going to go a little further before the flagpole, but nonetheless, Herricks now trying to hope for some type of miracle, hope that, just these Chargers decide to put the ball in the air, sadly because of the fact that there are no fumbles in flag football.
Yeah, and with that running clock, that clock's going to keep going. Herricks have no timeouts here. 35 seconds left to play.
So with the clock, like you said, winding down, these Chargers likely going to hold on to the win, a much-needed win, especially at that halfway point in the season. Now, with this win, going to be a 4-2 conference record. A very, very important win, and then, of course, for Herricks, obviously not what you were hoping for, but you know what? Obviously, there's no such thing as moral victories, I would say, in a lot of situations. But with the first-year program that they have, and, of course, games being very inconsistent with them, definitely not the worst game, especially against a very talented team like the Chargers.
Yeah, great job there, and they're going to call the game here. 5 seconds left to play, and that's it. The Chargers get their 4-2 record here.
Yeah, so definitely a big win nonetheless for a team that needed it, obviously. I know we're in the halfway point of the season, and it's obviously, playoffs are a little bit down the line, but you got to talk about it, right, in the end of the day. That's the whole reason why we are here right now commentating this game. It's because these are two teams that are fighting constantly for a playoff spot, and this Chargers just get that much closer with this win.
Yeah, Herricks going to drop to 2-8 here in overall wins here. Let's see how they going to keep doing this. It's been a great game here. You saw Ava West, and you saw those players there. You saw Haley Seeger in the second half, trying to get that wildcat formation. You saw Herricks. They played that trick play, got those deep plays. They came back in this game a little bit. Wasn't enough.
Yeah, definitely. There were multiple key players on both sides. Obviously, you have Bono, who did a great job, especially with led with as well for this Herricks offense, and then for the Chargers, right? Obviously, you talk about Siegler, Ava West, Emily Nelson with a great job. Cool made a big impact. You even saw Cramley doing a good job as well on the defensive side. There were a lot of key players that stepped up when they needed to, which led to the win for the Chargers.
Yeah, great job of the Chargers there. You saw Ava West, those key players that stepped up. They did a great job coaching by Moody and Hatcliffe there, trying to keep that same play, same mentality going throughout that second half with West and Haley Siegler.
Yeah, so like we said, it's never too early to start talking about playoffs here. When we talk about the seeding, right, these Chargers team, they're trying to fight for that one seed, but of course there's some very, very talented teams in that division, in that conference. So obviously we're curious. We're going to keep an eye out, especially, with how that plays out. Obviously, if you want some updates, we have midweek update. We have, of course, morning announcements so you can tune in. You can keep a track of what this season's going to look like the rest of the way for the Chargers. But nonetheless, higher aspirations than this win right here, and this is just the start.
Yeah, you can see Moody just left, beginning the ref a little extracurricular activity there, trying to kind of explain that play on that delayed game. He's still a little confused there.
Yeah, obviously, its tensions can be high at sometimes with you're trying to wait for the decision and a serious moment like that. But just like that, we have the BMB player of the game. I've been Todd Steimer alongside Lucas Pangangar. Thank you guys so much. Emma, take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Emily Nelson. And how does it feel to be the player of the game?
Amazing. Got a pick, also a touchdown. Even though we got some penalties and whatever flags, we still pulled through and just did it with our all.
What motivated you throughout the game to succeed?
We're looking for that championship. We're gonna keep going until we can't anymore, no matter what.
And how has your team helped you throughout the game?
They are so encouraging. The best people I've ever been around, ever.
Well, that's all from me. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Emma, and thank you, Emily. What a game for her. An interception and a very long touchdown on the day that overall started the momentum for the Chargers.
I completely agree, Jake. That game was coming really close down to the wire. Herricks was starting to fight back. That's just going to be the end for the Bellmore-Merrick Chargers. They pulled through there.
And what a game it was. Chargers coming out with a win for BMB. I'm Jake Mantle alongside Kyle McQuillan, Tyler Steinberg, Lucas Pangankar, and Jared Broxmeyer, and the rest of the BMB crew. Have a good night, everybody.